is Dr. Audra, and I'm here to talk to you about how to get through pain. And it's not emotional pain that you might think, but physical pain, because it is something that I often do deal with as an emergency psychiatrist, how I help people that are in pain. So let's wind it back. A little bit of a story time here for you. But before we go into everything, I'd like you to comment, like, share, and subscribe if you're new here, and thank you for joining me. So, a few weeks ago, unfortunately, I got sick, I was injured, and I was in a lot of pain. I could not tell you how much pain I was in. So, in medicine, we rate pain on a 10-point scale. You all know you've gone to the doctor's office and they'll say, what is your pain on a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being the most intense? Well, I would say if 10 is having an amputation without anesthesia, my pain was on a 9. It was that bad. So what did I do? I went to the emergency room because I had no idea what was going on. I went there, had a workup. They gave me some medication for some pain. I was discharged on some pain medications, but I tell you, I got those pills, I took some, and they were not working. So 24 hours later, I was back in the emergency room and saying, look, I need something stronger. And unfortunately, the doctor told me he could not prescribe me anything stronger. Now, I'm an emergency room psychiatrist. I know that you can prescribe medications that are a little bit stronger, even for people to take for a few days at home. So I'm not going to try to delve too much in to why they said that to me. We can all think what we want. Anyway, I ended up leaving the emergency room in just as much pain as I was when I went there, and the new pain medications that I had weren't as effective. I am going to take a step back and tell you that as a psychiatrist, I do treat people that have addictions to pain medications. So one reason that I can explain the hesitancy in for many doctors giving very strong medications, prescription opiates as we would call them, are that you're worried that someone might become addicted to them. But that only happens if you are on these medications for a number of weeks. So that is where if you go to the doctor's office and they say, hey, sorry, you're going to have to manage this pain, we're not going to give you as much, that is where the field is moving. We're trying to be cautious because I'm an opioid crisis and we want to move away from that. So I am going to put that in there. But I am going to also say at the same time that pain is very serious. It should be addressed, and your pain should be taken seriously by whatever physician that you're working with. Now back to the story. So I went to the ER twice, still in a lot of pain. Third day, what am I going to do? Well, I say, you know what? If I go back there, probably nothing's going to change. If I go somewhere else, are they going to say they won't know exactly what happened? They're going to have to do another workup. And many times that can be helpful, having a fresh pair of eyes to look at your issue, to come up with a new treatment so that could happen. But on this day, I said, you know what? I cannot even get up to do all of that. And instead of sitting here crying, let me do something else to get my mind off of the pain. Because I know as a psychiatrist that your brain cannot focus on two things very well at the same time. So for all of us that try to multitask, guess what? You're multitasking, but you're probably not doing one of those things very well. So I try to employ this principle in trying to help manage my pain. I said, let me distract myself by putting on makeup. It was something that I had readily available to me when I was traveling. And so for an hour, I sat down. I wasn't thinking about anything else except putting on my makeup, trying to help myself feel a little bit better, enhancing my features, feeling more good about myself. And I felt good during that time. My brain wasn't so focused on how much pain I was in. Now, granted, after that, yes, I was in a lot of pain. It still was there. And like I said, I felt I was being undertreated at that time. But for that hour, it got me through. Later on, I did have to travel. have to get back home, happy to get back home where I can go and see my own doctors that know me a little bit better. But on the plane, I had another intense bout of pain. And when you're in the plane, where can you go? What can you do? There is nothing more. So again, I employed that principle of distraction and decided to watch a movie to help keep my mind off of the constant throbbing, the constant stabbing, the constant pain that I was feeling. And it did help. Now, I am not saying all of this to say, all right, if you're in pain or if you know someone else in pain, go tell them to sit down and watch a TV show or sit down and go play a game and you should be fine. No, you can't do that. Pain is an indicator that something is wrong. So it needs to be properly investigated so you understand what the cause of the pain is. And then the pain needs to be treated because pain is bewildering. You can sometimes become even delirious from being in so much pain. And that pain is trying to save you to say something is wrong, either stop what you're doing and figure out what's going on here. So I'm not advocating that we ignore pain and try to palliate it ourselves. Definitely seek out treatment. In that moment, I just felt that one instance, the providers I was going to, that wasn't going to help. Maybe I could push through this moment by doing something distracting. I knew I was going to get treatment later on. And I do have to say that when I got back home, I was able to see my regular doctors who were heroes. I wanted to share this message with you so that when you are going through some intense moments physically, and this also goes to emotionally, distraction can be helpful to get you through that. I hope, you learned a little bit of something from my experience. Don't suffer through pain for sure. Definitely go and get help from someone that will take you seriously. But until you can get to that help, sometimes a little bit of distraction can help you get through the pain. Have a great day. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I hope to see you back later. Bye.